Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. It is update time. That's right, we got a new update. Let's take a look at it. Okay folks, let's get started right away. Now, 2021 was the last update we had, and there was lots of updates. Well, not lots, but we had updates in 2021. And the last one I had, and I think most people had, was 2021.44.30. Some people had different variations of this, like another point after the 30. But for the most part, that was the last update for 2021. Now we're in 2022, a whole new year. We've moved on to the new updates for the year. This one is 2022.4.5. And as you can see right off the bat, there's just 3 major updates, and we'll go through those. But then there's some also hidden ones that are undocumented. I don't know why Tesla doesn't document all their updates, but they don't. So let's go through it. Regenerative braking in autopilot. This is stronger, or they've now put it on. I always thought that we had some sort of regenerative braking while we were in autopilot, but apparently we didn't, or we didn't have enough, which to me, it would only make sense when you're on autopilot. You know, you want to conserve your actual physical brake pads, and you want to use regen. I mean, that's the whole purpose of an electric car, in a sense, is to have good regenerative braking to add back to the battery pack and stuff like that. So anyways, now you'll use more. So it actually says in the description here, you can read it over and you can zoom in or pause it. But it basically says, we had it before. I should correct myself. We had it before, but now we have more regenerative braking at lower speed. So that's good to know. Moving right along. Car colorizer. Now, I don't know anyone that has asked for this, but it's one of the things that Tesla will give it to you even if you ask for it or not. So it's a good thing to have. It's fun. It's a fun little thing. You can change your icon of your car, like right here, the avatar. You can change the color of it. Not the actual icon, but you can change the color of the avatar. And it'll show up here, but it'll also show up in your app. And we'll go through that. And it's a cool little thing. I mean, not everyone has their car the same color as the 4 or 5 colors that Tesla includes. Some people have wrapped it. Some people have put a matte PPF on it, like I had on my old Model 3. And I wish I had it back then. That would be cool. But we have it now, so we can play around with that in a little bit. And then, of course, save dash cam clips, the third feature, or at least the third documented feature here. Quickly save dash cam clips by adding the dash cam icon to your bottom bar. Now, I've already had it on, so in the bottom, as you can see here. I don't know why they're saying this is new. I guess maybe some people didn't. So I'm a little confused why this is new, because we could always save dash cam clips, could we not? Anyways, I'm not sure about that, but you can take a look at it on your own, and if you didn't have it down there, now you know that you could have, or even now, put it down there. What we have up here, if you notice, look at these. These are back by popular demand, backed by a lot of people complaining about it, which is good. We have the dash cam and Sentry icon up there. We have the profile icon there, and in the far right corner we have the connectivity. In this case it's Wi-Fi, but if you're off Wi-Fi, I'll go to LT. Great to have. I haven't tested this out fully yet. I haven't gone for a long drive. When I got this update last night, I went for just a quick 5-minute drive. What I could tell you is when you first start up the car or put the car in drive, these are on there, but they go away really quick. Probably, like, it seemed to me like in the first 10 or 15 seconds they were gone. This stayed. The connectivity icon, that stayed, but the other ones disappeared. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe Tesla figures like you only need this stuff at the very beginning of when you start to drive, and then after that it just disappears and goes away because you're not going to need it. There is a way I found. I was playing around with it within those 5 minutes of that quick drive I did, that if you tap, I don't exactly know the whole functionality behind it, but if you tap either the time or the temperature area, or maybe somewhere along this top bar, you tap it a couple times or multiple times, they come back. They don't all come back. I think the connectivity comes back if that goes away, but I don't think these ones come back. So that's something to play around with. You can check it out. Like I said, this is a brand new version for me, and I played around with it a tiny bit, but I haven't gone through exclusively. This is just a first look. So you're looking at it just like I'm looking at it, or if you don't have it yet, when you get it, you'll be more familiar with it and you'll be more prepared than I was. But maybe I'll do a longer term test with a drive and stuff like that to see if the phantom braking has gotten any better. I actually hope it does, because the way the phantom braking was for these vision cars and some radar cars, let's not get into that argument, or that debate, but you know, it's been known and documented that it is on radar cars too, but rightfully so. And honestly, it's been on vision cars more prominently, the phantom braking, and you know, now they're making recalls about it. Seems like they're making recalls about everything these days. But like I said, there's only 3 documented things, but there's more. I've noticed in the little short time that I've been playing around with it, there's more to this update than just these 3 things. Let's go take a look. Yeah, so like I was saying, the icons are back. That's one of the undocumented things. The icons are back at the top, sort of. Like I said, they're back, but they're not fully back. but they're back. What else also is new, if we go here to the media, for when you're listening to radios or podcasts or anything like that, if you go to the top, look what's back. If you go to settings, this is the far right corner here, this little icon here looks like a little equalizer. So if you click on that, we have the same stuff we had before, the tone, the balance, our options, about all this kind of stuff. But look, we have a fourth one. Does this look familiar to you guys? Anyone that's had a Tesla for a while should remember this. Sources. They took this out in the original version of version 11, and they brought it back, which is a good thing they brought it back, because now you can edit the list, the drop-down menu list of what streaming sources you want. So you don't have to have them all. Like if I put on karaoke and I come out here and I click on streaming, this drop-down menu gives them all. But you may not want them all. Like I don't want them all. So if I go into here and say I don't want karaoke, I don't want streaming, and I don't want Bluetooth, and say I don't even want title. Okay, so those ones are off, and then it's grayed out because the minimum you can have is 3. They don't want you having less than 3. So if you come out of here and you go into here, now look at the drop-down menu. Now you only have those amounts. So that's cool. That was in there before, and for some reason, they took it out. I will keep everything on but karaoke, because I don't do karaoke. So now my drop-down menu, when I do that, it's a lot less. Let's take a look at one of the documented ones before we go any further, the color change. So there's 2 ways to get the color change. If you go down here to your software, and then you go over here where it says the name of the car, and there's a little, you'll notice there's a little square here. If you click on that square, this interface comes up now, this new menu. Now this is a little color wheel. You can move your finger along and get any color you want. You've got paint type, you've got solid, metallic, or matte. These are all the different paint finishes. And as you can see, once you pick a color here, then you've got your shading here. And as you move your finger around, you can see how it changes the car. That's pretty cool. So you can have anyone. And after you get it, you can actually save it as an option. Like this one looks like my buddy Gary Mark's color right there. Let me make it metallic. Let's see, we have to make it lighter. So you can fool around with this and have almost any color you want. This would be good for some people. And then you can, like I said, there's memory banks you can add. I've already added a hot pink one. So you can add this. It'll always keep your default right here in the bottom right corner. So if you ever need to go back to your default, your original stock color, you can click on it. It comes back. If you want that blue one that we were playing around with, you can click on that one. The hot pink one. Kind of like the hot pink one. That's pretty cool. And like I said, you can go matte, metallic. There you go. Those are all the different colors. And the good thing about this is once it changes here, it changes in your app. And I'll show you a picture in the app and how it is. So it's not a functioning thing, but it's a cool thing. And if you've got your car wrapped or, PPF'd with, and it looks like a different color or a different appearance, you can match it now. I just wish they would do it for the rims now. Like I know we have it for the stock rims, depending on what size you put on, it'll change the avatar. But if you put aftermarket stock rims, they should have a customization for that. That would be really cool. And another way to get to this menu without going through that software thing is if you go to the toy box. If I pull this up and I go to the toy box, it is right down here as colorizer, one of the new squares. So you click on colorizer, you click customize, and it'll bring this back up again, just like you would from the software menu. So that's another way of getting to the colorizer. While I'm in this toy box, I'll just say the boombox is still here, and hopefully that sticks around, and hopefully they don't get rid of it. We heard yesterday on the recall update, because it seems like every day there's a new recall this week with Tesla. It's supposed to be going away, according to the U.S. government, but it's still here, and hopefully in Canada it sticks around, or hopefully Canada doesn't do the same thing, because I don't see anything wrong with it. Okay, another new thing in 2022.4.5 that they brought back, that they had taken out in version 11, just like the media sources, is supercharging location. So now, when you're in your maps here, so it's already on here, but if you click anywhere on the map, it goes away and it comes back. And as you can see, this little toolbar here in the top right corner, the fourth one now is superchargers. So if you click on that, it shows all the superchargers in around the area here. So there you go. So it's back. Before, I don't know, I think, once again, this all lends to my theory for version 11. I think it was rushed out. I think they didn't intentionally mean to take it out. They just forgot to put it back in when they were redoing it. So, like I said, I think version 11 was rushed out, and now they're making these changes and bringing stuff back. So that's it. That's the supercharging button. And while we're on the topic of this maps and everything, folks, and this layout, is it just me, or does this section here on the left section here with all the settings and avatar and stuff like that for when you're driving, your driving mode, does this section look bigger and the maps look a little smaller than the previous version? To me it does. I could be wrong, but this looks a little bit bigger. Now, I know with the beta down in the States, you're actually able to control and you can make the navigation screen full screen. We don't have it here yet in the non-beta cars in version 11, so hopefully that comes soon. But I think they're sort of going to that. It could just be me. Maybe it's just my brain playing tricks on me. But this area seems bigger than this area. And that's it, folks. There doesn't seem to be anything else. Like, I mean, I was hoping they'd bring back the seat heater icons down on the bottom here, but they haven't done that yet. I'm sure they will. There's probably other settings in here that I haven't been able to figure out or play or discover yet. If you know of other things in it that are new in this version that are undocumented, leave a comment down below and let me know. I'd be very, very curious to know. So that's it, folks. This is version 2022.4.5, the newest version. Basically, the colorizing version is what we should call it. The colorizing version for any Tesla Model Y and Model 3, and I think the S and the X too. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.